How's it, people? Today I wanted to talk about meditation, why I do it, why I think you should do it, or anybody should do it, because I think it's often a little bit misunderstood. So this is just from my perspective, my experience. I've been meditating every day for over a year now. There may be 1 or 2 days that I've missed. Actually, I don't think there are. I kind of got hooked at one point after watching a video. It was a live stream, actually, like a recording from an event that Kino McGregor did, where she spoke about it and she led a group meditation. And yeah, honestly, it just made me feel so great and so connected that I think ever since then I've just been doing it. She really got me. So thank you to Kino. She is a fantastic teacher and I feel so grateful to have found her when I did. Coincidentally, she actually also really inspired me to try handstands and stuff, just hand balancing and pushing my body and but in a way that feels safe and fun and like I'm pushing boundaries without without hurting myself. It's very constructive, let me put it that way. Okay, a little bit of an aside. So why should you meditate? Or what is the purpose? Let me actually start there. The purpose is really to cultivate a sense of neutrality and distance from your thoughts, right? We're very close to our thoughts typically on a daily basis. So I would consider meditation a type of equalizer, neutralizer, whatever you want to call it, but something that brings you back to yourself and clears your mind so that you can perceive clearly from there on. I think a lot of people have the misperception that you have to be good at it or that you need to do it in a certain way. But really, you're not really doing anything. That's the whole point. You just have to be kind of open to watching your thoughts instead of engaging with them. So that's really all it is in whatever capacity you want to try and do it. I think sometimes sitting quietly with your eyes closed can be a bit intimidating for people for whatever reason, whether it's just our complete inability to handle boredom in this day and age, or I don't know. I think it seems intimidating, perhaps also because when you start, you're so aware. You're so aware of you're just sitting there. Am I doing it right? Blah, blah, blah. It's all these thoughts again, the thoughts coming in. But, that's it. It's a practice, and the practice is there to serve you. It's not there to be critical of you or to make you feel bad about yourself or to show you how bad you are at meditation. It's to give you the space, to cultivate space between your thoughts, between your feelings, and to really also understand that most things in life, most events are neutral. We don't have to apply stories to them. The stories are what cause our suffering, right? There's this persistent running or chasing of sensation, and it really just leaves you feeling like you're lacking, and that creates dissatisfaction and, again, suffering, when most moments of life are pretty nice. They're I mean, I say that here trying to talk about neutrality, but as Eckhart Tolle says, what problem do you have right now? In this very moment. So, yeah, what has been my experience with it? Like I said, it's been over a year now. Excuse that. There's a needy little cat here. He's thrown me off a bit. So it's been, I think I started in February 2024, really being serious about it. And when I say serious, I just mean dedicated to showing up every day and giving myself this opportunity to really engage with the space within myself. Yeah, honestly, it's been life-changing. I feel much more calm. I feel much more able to handle my emotions. I feel much more able to observe them. It doesn't mean that I don't have bad moments or that I don't struggle, but it means really that I'm able to turn that around instead of spiraling down some hole that doesn't really do anything for me. So I would highly encourage you to give it a try. Honestly, it's so easy in that it's incredibly accessible, and the value is tremendous. It's something that you may not see right away, but it's always there for you to tap into. You don't have to commit to 30 minutes a day. You can just take a minute if that's what you have and you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by your thoughts or the circumstances. You can literally just take a minute to close your eyes and connect with your breath and focus on that. Focus on the thing that gives you life instead of all these other extraneous things. And really just that connection with the breath is enough to regulate so much of your nervous system. Invaluable to so many of us, because we're not really taught that in a Western context. Western. I mean, I'm here in South Africa. What is that? That's Africa. But I guess, I'm of European heritage, and that's very much in there. Very, very much. Growing up, well, I say growing up, but my experience with emotion has been to push it down because it felt like a burden to others, which is not great. And you just end up feeling like your feelings are a problem. And it's not because anybody said this, but you pick things up as a kid, especially I was very sensitive, and I think when I got a little bit older, as in toddler to very young kid age, it was easier for me to control myself versus when I was a baby, and apparently I cried a lot. And, it kind of makes sense with my intensity. I think my experience in adulthood was difficult. And growing up, it was difficult for me to handle my feelings. I mean, I've spoken about this before. I just pushed them down and they blocked me up so much that I literally couldn't speak. I can still feel it now, but it's just like an echo, you know, it's just a memory. It's so much better. And yeah, I just think that if I had had this practice of being able to distance myself a little bit and be able to see my emotions for what they are and my thoughts and stuff for what they are, instead of, you know, considering them my reality, it would have helped so much. Really would have helped so much. And again, that's available to all of us. So all you need is just a few quiet moments by yourself, and yeah, close your eyes, focus on your breath, or really anything that you want. You can focus, you can choose not to focus, but just go into it with some clear intention and, you know, watch your life change one breath at a time. You have the power to turn so much around if you just give yourself the space and the opportunity to do that, you know. And it doesn't require a lot. It actually requires very little. As I said, you're actually not really doing anything. And that's, I think, a very difficult thing for most people these days. So consider it a challenge to, you know, clean the slate.